to The Driver's Line. I'm Greg.
And I'm Jordan.
And today, we've got a conversation for you.
That's right. Our conversation today is all about cars that are named after places that really do not match with their personality.
Yeah, so the places up here, the cars kind of down here.
Yeah, so maybe these cars are a little aspirational, but never actually can be.
No, just really poor choices. The manufacturer is aiming very, very high, and the actual result is not there.
No, it's not. Yeah. So we'll go down our list here and see if you can remember any of these cars, if they even existed. And with that, I'm going to start with Buick.
Oh, our friends at Buick.
Yeah. So Buick had a thing way back when, in that when they made sedans, there was a period of time when they would only name them beginning with the letter L.
L is corresponding with luxury.
Luxury. La Crosse is an example of this one.
Le Sabre.
Le Sabre, very famous. How about Lucerne?
Ooh, that
sounds fancy.
Very fancy.
It does.
It sounds like optimistic, like a Swiss watch.
Yeah, very optimistic. This is a famous city in Switzerland. Obviously, Switzerland, an expensive place to live.
A little bit.
And Buick, I think, was aiming for this because, hey, it begins with an L. It sounds fancy. But I mean, Switzerland hates cars.
They hate cars.
Notoriously hate cars. So why you would name a big old Buick after Lucerne, Switzerland, I have no idea why that would be.
But to be fair, the Lucerne hates driving.
That is fair. And it's kind of a boat, and there's a river that runs through Lucerne. So there you go. All right, we made it work.
I don't, but however, we do not think that's what the Buick marketing execs were thinking of when they came up with Lucerne.
Lucerne. No, it's definitely not named correctly, and no one remembers it. So there you go.
But nobody's going to buy it if you call it the Buick Grandma.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Man.
Try finding Buick Lucerne nowadays. I don't think you're going to find many of them.
Nope. Especially with that North Star under the hood. Yeah. All right. Well, good choice. Hard to argue with that one. My first choice comes to us from the sunny sands of the west coast of California. The beautiful waves crashing on the shores of Malibu.
Ah, yes, Malibu. Yes.
Home of all the rich and famous. Everybody who's anybody has a beach house in Malibu. These houses probably start on the low side, around $10 million to buy one.
Very affordable.
So, what really comes to mind when you're buying a $10 million house in the city of Malibu? Chevy wants you to think it's the Chevrolet Malibu.
Oof, that's a stretch.
The only Malibus running around Malibus are from the Hertz counter.
I wonder if they even allow them.
They probably don't.
They probably don't.
Probably the lowest rated car you can get there is like the Infiniti Q50.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the Malibu for Malibu.
That's the Malibu for Malibu. Yeah, as a former Malibu owner, and the only reason I did was because they had a ridiculous lease deal and I couldn't take it.
No, it's because you knew you were going to be going to the beach with your surfboard in your Malibu.
Yeah, no. It was a $90 a month lease with no money down. How could you say no to that?
Hard to pass up.
I mean, really. So, yeah, no, it's definitely not a car I would want to drive from Malibu, California. I'd be laughed off the road.
Yes,
for sure.
100%. Yes. No, nobody is making a presence in Malibu in a Malibu.
No. That's a great pick. Very famously, a great pick. This is almost a textbook example, honestly. But I'm going to try another one.
All right.
I'm going to bring us back over the Atlantic to France.
Oh, back to France. Oh, back to Europe.
Yes. The famous Le Mans circuit
was
the inspiration for the Pontiac Le Mans.
Yes.
Now, we know that there are two versions of this.
Because it was just the understudy to the mighty GTO.
That's right.
And that one really did its diligence in earning the name. It was a good car.
Yeah.
But Jordan's not talking about that one.
I'm not. Later back in the 80s, we had the revival of the Le Mans name. And this time it was hot glued to a Daewoo hatchback. And also of the same moniker. But this car was so bad, I can't even put it into words.
It was bad for GM in the 80s.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where we're going to go.
So we're thinking, hey, we had this Le Mans compact car back in the day. We had a V8 shoved into it, called it a GTO. We have great brand recognition with it. Let's name this Daewoo hatchback after it. I'm sure sell like wonders. People love it.
Yeah, love it.
Right? I mean, this is a disgrace to the Le Mans name.
Yes, it's a disgrace to the Pontiac Le Mans name, and it's an even bigger disgrace to the Le Mans town in France.
It's terrible. I'm so sorry. I apologize.
Oh,
yeah, that's just bad form.
Massively bad form. I think one of them is still running down the Mulsanne Straight. Oh, God. It started when it was built in 1988. It's still going.
Oh, man. I rusted through by the time we got to the end.
Rusted through twice. They've had to rebuild the engine 3 times, but it's still going.
Oh, man.
Oh,
terrible.
That's a good choice.
Terrible car.
Terrible car. Great choice.
Yes.
All right. Next up, I'm going back into the United States because apparently that's what I like to talk about. But I'm going to go to a Korean brand that really wants you to think of their car as a popular vacation destination.
Oh, okay. I'm ready for go to vacation.
I know vacations is fun. Yeah. You know, skiing, swooshing down the slopes in your really trendy ski town.
Ooh, all right.
And
like
so
skiing,
of course,
I need something expensive.
Yeah, you definitely need something expensive. So you definitely want a Kia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I don't. Well, I certainly need something. If I'm going skiing, I need something with a true like truck body that can get through tons of snow, like heavy duty 4-wheel drive. All right.
How about a front-wheel drive based platform that is shared with a minivan?
Oh, that's tough. That's tough.
And we'll call it a Telluride.
Oh, no.
Because when you think of Telluride, Colorado, we want you to think of our boxy minivan-based SUV.
It is a hot seller, but I'm not sure it's because of the name.
It's a massively hot seller, and you know, all joking aside, actually a wonderful, wonderful SUV. So being a little hard on it here, but it does not fit the vibe of the Telluride community in Colorado. No. Not at all. The thing that's going to be sticking out as a sore thumb in Telluride is going to be your Kia Telluride because it's not a Range Rover, it's not a G63.
That's right. That's absolutely true.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's so true. Maybe they offer those at the rental counter. No?
No. No, you get your Broncos and Wranglers at the rental counter, which fit in better.
There you go. All right, well, I'm going to fly us back to Europe.
Oh, gosh. We're just traversing the Atlantic.
All over the place. I know. So this is another General Motors brand. They just can't resist. And this particular brand is known for building big, opulent land yachts, basically, right? And I'm talking, of course, of Cadillac. Fantastic styling, back in the day. But this particular model, I have no idea why they named it after this town of Seville, which is famously very old and has narrow, tiny streets. So I'm not sure you could ever take a Cadillac Seville into Seville. It just does not work.
I'm going to break this one down for you.
Oh,
I'm going to break it down just like we talked about with your first one.
Maybe.
Okay. So tiny streets.
Yeah.
Old folks of tiny stature.
Okay.
And history. Old people are old.
Wow. That is a long stretch. Okay.
Woo, because that's who bought the Seville.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, it did get smaller as it got older, kind of like old people. They shrink. So maybe at some point we can squeeze one into Seville. Yeah. But I don't know. There's so many other names that we could come up with. I'm not sure why Seville is the one that we picked, but maybe because it rhymes with Deville, and they were like, "Hey,
100% that is the reason." The Deville first. They're like, I went to a
Let's go down the alphabet
that rhymed with Deville.
Let's see, Faville, Gaville, Javille,
no.
Deville.
Raville, no, that's not good. Or S.
Oh wait,
Seville.
Seville. Yeah,
that actually sounds kind of cool. Oh, it's a town in Spain. You're kidding me.
Print the literature.
Print it. Let's go. All right, good choice. Joking aside, good choice. All right, back across the Atlantic.
Hey, okay.
We're flying back, and we're going back to the mountains, baby.
Okay, all right. I like
this time, we're visiting another fancy pants Colorado ski town.
Okay.
This one, famously in the Dumb and Dumber movie.
Yeah.
We're going to Aspen. Nice. And so the folks at Chrysler had such a hard-on for Aspen.
They really did.
They did it twice.
Yeah.
With two completely different vehicles.
And neither of them are good for
And neither of them are good vehicles, and neither of them are good for Aspen.
So true.
The first was the Dodge Aspen,
Yeah.
which was a really junky two-door coupe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Did they make a four-door? I don't know. Either way, just a junky 70s two-door coupe. It was just not a good car.
Yeah, no.
It'd be the last thing you'd be caught dead in Aspen, let alone...
I mean, probably would be caught dead in it.
Yeah, it might be in the trunk, or let alone Jersey City, New Jersey. But anyways, then they loved it so much, they brought it back with the Chrysler Aspen, which was a rebodied Durango.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
With some chrome on it.
With some chrome. A Durango with chrome.
And that was like the worst Durango.
Yes. It was the ugliest Durango they ever made. And they're like, we like this so much, we're going to make a Chrysler version. And where will it be at home at? It will be at home at Aspen.
It's not. No one in Aspen, Colorado would drive a Chrysler Aspen.
No,
Sorry.
You would not. Again, very similar to Telluride.
Yep.
You're going to be in a Range Rover. Or you're going to be in a Range Rover.
That's so true. Very good, very good. That's a good pick. That's a double good.
That's a double.
It's like a two for one.
It's a twofer, baby.
It is.
Yeah. That name was used twice badly.
Yeah, it really was. So I'm going to fly us back to Europe again.
Oh, no. We're getting those frequent flyer miles. Let's go.
Yeah. So you took my Malibu one, so
okay.
I had that on my list. Well, the beautiful town of Sorrento, Italy. When I think of Sorrento, I think of culture. I think of art. I think of wonderful music and delicious food. All things that are very high class. What I don't think about is a Momobile Kia Sorrento. I'm
don't?
sorry. No. No, I don't. Now, they did spell it one letter different. So maybe that's how we got off on this. But
which one did they spell it like the cheese? The string cheese, because kids love string cheese.
It's just, I have no idea what we're thinking with this. Like, what? The Kia Sorrento.
The Kia Sorrento.
I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me.
No, it doesn't. Unless it's the string cheese, and that starts to make a little bit of sense. Because kids love
string cheese.
Love it. Eat me out of string cheese house and home. My God. That's a good choice. Mm-hmm. For our next choice, we are not going to fly back across the Atlantic. Oh. We are going to hop in our little Fiat Multipla.
Okay.
And we're going to drive down to Milan.
Oh. I had this on my list too. Yeah. This is a great pick.
Milan, known for its style.
Absolutely. Fashion capital.
Fashion capital of the world. Mm-hmm. Everything is just...
Yeah. Their leadership in design.
Yeah, leadership in design. And so, when you think of leadership in design, you really think of a rebadged Ford Fusion.
This is so bad. It's so terrible.
Mercury, another defunct brand, was like, we're going to rebadge the Ford Fusion, and we're going to call it the Milan.
Milan, yeah.
Because we're so stylish
and
fancy.
We are fancy.
We're going to elevate ourselves over Ford and their Fusion.
Yeah, well, look how well that worked out.
Yeah. Didn't work out well for anyone because the Fusion's dead too.
Both dead. Oh, that's terrible. A Mercury didn't even exist in Italy, so...
No, you couldn't even buy a Mercury Milan in Milan. Because an Italian person that walked up and would be like, what is this?
What is this?
I guess that's more French, but whatever.
Where's my Fiat?
Where's my Fiat? Where's my Alpha?
Yeah,
we make beautiful cars.
Alpha, Lamborghini, and Ferrari is what we're driving around in Milan.
100%.
We're not
driving a Mercury Milan. No.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. Not a style leader in any way.
No, not a style leader. Not a bad car, but nothing to do with Milan.
Yeah, no, not at all. Well, we hope you enjoyed our roundup of cars that names just do not match.
Yes. Let us know which ones you disagree with, and let us know if you have any others to add to our growing list.
Did we miss any?
Yeah.
Sure we did.
I'm sure we did too.
There's a lot.
There's just not enough time in a podcast.
No. All right. We hope you enjoyed our podcast today.
Thank you so much for watching.
See you next time.
Thanks for joining us on The Driver's Line.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe to make sure you don't miss a thing.